All right. Greetings. Good life. This is Grandfather. So another year is coming, and I know you want to have some glimmer of what it might contain so you can prepare. And I will provide that now. This will be a year that continues the noticeable extremes that you've been experiencing. And by extremes, I don't just mean that you're way too busy to be able to have an enjoyable life sometimes, you've noticed, or that the news is just far too extreme all the time. What it means is that this is a time when you can do something about the extremes. But it doesn't mean you have to add something to your life, which I'm sure for many of you is way too full already. It does mean that there is something you can do that involves essentially centering and balance. All right? So, this is what to do. When you're personally experiencing any sense of overwhelm, but can pause for even a minute, 2 or 3 would be better, but if a minute's all you've got, then that's all you've got. Then first thing to do is to just do this. See what I'm doing? All right? Just rub your thumb across your fingertips and pay attention to what you're doing. That will help you to be in the present moment. The present moment is not a thought. It is a feeling. Always know that. So, when you are in the present moment, then just focus on either being cheerful or being optimistic or even being hopefully optimistic. There's a reason to focus on that. It's not about denying reality. It's about operating in concert with a great deal of other life on the planet. Many of you know by now, if you've been watching these videos or reading the blogs or even reading the books, that human beings are here to learn on Earth. I think you know that. However, animals, plants, and the planet herself are not here to learn anything. They are here to teach by example, to show you how to live. And they will always be in the present moment. They will often be optimistic, though there will be times when you will say, how can they be optimistic? But they will often be that, because their energy of being in the present moment, being optimistic, and to the extent that it can be felt by you. Sometimes it can be felt better with some plants or some animals, you say. To the extent possible, being cheerful, but almost always being benevolent in union with all other life forms that feel as they do. So, those of you who are used to clues, I think, have just perked up. If you can be in the present moment, all right, physically, you bring yourself into the present moment like this, or some other thing where you are touching some part of your body, and that touch brings you into the present moment if you look at it and notice it. All right? Then you connect with all life. How do you do that? You don't have to try to do some meditation, though for those of you who like to do that, go ahead and do the meditation that works for you. You can instead focus on feelings other life forms on this planet have. In that way, you will be united in a huge way. Think of all the plants all over the planet, and all the animals all over the planet, and even the few human beings who are doing what you are doing in that moment. When you go into those feelings, being in the present moment, all right, being optimistic, being cheerful perhaps, or at least feeling benevolent. You may not know how to feel benevolent, so be cheerful, and that will get you there. Then you will have the support of all those other life forms, all those other beings, in numbers equaling millions and billions. So you will be supported, and you will be supporting them also. That will transform, even in 1 minute, if you can do that. That will transform the feeling of overwhelm into a feeling of benevolent continuity. Once you practice with those feelings and take time to get focused in those feelings, when you have the time, or make the time if you can, you will eventually be able to just bring it up as one feeling. And when you are able to bring it up as one feeling, the way you physically feel, don't tell somebody else how to feel, the way you personally physically feel, being in the present moment, all right, feeling optimistic, feeling cheerful or benevolent, whichever is easier for you, most likely cheerful will do it, then you'll recognize that feeling, you can bring it up, because you'll remember it, you'll know how it feels in your physical body, and even doing 1 minute of that, and you will feel so much better. I wanted to give you the cure right away, because when I say it's a year of extremes, it is really building upon what you've been noticing for the past few years. All right? It's not meant, this thing I'm suggesting is not meant to do instead of life. It's not meant to avoid doing things that must be done or can be done to help yourself and help others. But it keeps you from becoming overwhelmed and allows you to continue on in your life feeling you can do one thing after another, and you don't have to do 15 things at once. When you do all those kind of things at once, it doesn't turn out very good most of the time. So, this is a year of extremes during which you will find the way to calm yourself and be in balance. So, you might say it's also a year of extremes during which time you achieve balance. So, I'm not one to give catastrophic predictions. Rather, I think if you listen to previous predictions, you'll hear me say you'll see a lot of UFOs, and you know about that. Some of you will see a lot of interesting phenomena in light. You know about that. All of that is going to continue. But in the continuity of it, you'll notice that there is an opening. And the opening is to allow you as an individual, and ultimately as the human race, to unlock the door that says peace, calm, and everyone getting along comfortably and well. And you walk out of the room that says greed, self-destruction, and harm. See, when you walk into that other door, peace, calm, and so on, you do that by the method I recommended. You don't discard your life, you just get in balance, and benevolence will follow. That's my most important advice. I might make a little bit more in terms of prediction, but the main thing to focus on this year is balance. And to the extent you are able, love. All right? Good life.